just got off of work here, so all right, guys, off of work here, so give me a second. I want to get out of this parking lot here. I'm also going to wait for some people to get on here. Let me know in the comments below that you're here. Again, I just got off of work, so look at that sunset. It's getting light outside, it's almost 6:30, and I think several months ago it was like completely dark around this time, but now it's getting light, so the days are getting longer. But look at that sunset. I'm gonna wait for more people to get on here. Got an hour to get back home. I live an hour away, really. So I just got off of work. So I'm about to leave work right now, and I gotta wait for this gate to open. Well, I got 10 people on here. Again, I just got off of work, so just bear with me. Now, I was mentioning before, it's getting light outside. I mean, a lot more lighter outside around this time. It's almost 6:30, and there's it's still dark out there, but there's some light, so the days are getting longer. But I'm gonna wait for more people to get on here, so I'm also gonna wait to get on the interstate, not the interstate, but the highway here. There we go. I know I gotta put my seatbelt on. It's a good thing it's not a Ford. This is a Chevrolet, but Fords, their chime will continue on even if you don't put your seatbelt on. Chevrolet only goes off once, and that's it. I had a Ford Ranger once, and it would constantly go off, the chime, if you don't have your seatbelt on. So what's going on, Afghan Food House? Welcome. Appreciate you. Franklin, thank you for coming on here. Yeah, I just got off of work, so, and it's a beautiful day. Actually, it's clear. I mean, it's not that cold. It's a little chilly outside, but and also the days are getting longer. It's not spring yet, but it's still some light. So it's dark. It's still dark out there, but at the horizon over there, the sun setting, you can see the sunset. You can't see it from here, but I'm gonna wait for more people to get on here, and I'm gonna talk about I guess a story, a bet I did long time ago when I did a road trip out west. Pretty much I made a bet with my coworkers, because we had 7 days off, and I made a bet if I can go. See, I'm from Virginia, and I was made a bet see if I can go to Oregon and come back and make it back in 7 days. So I'm gonna tell more about it. But let me get on the road here very quick. I'm still in the residential area here. There we go. And also too, I'm planning to do more live streams this way, like while I'm driving. I actually have this little hookup, it's a little bracket I have. It hooks up to your rear view mirror, and you can drive while the phone is hooked up, so I can actually talk. I don't have to be distracted while I'm driving. So I may do a lot of live streamings while driving. Of course, like I said, it's hands-free, so I don't have to worry about holding my phone and trying to do a live stream. So I'm doing a live stream right now while I'm driving. So so I'm about to hit the highway, and let me know if you can't hear me. If you can't hear me, just let me know. I think you should be able to hear me. I don't know if maybe I'm driving down the road and the bumps and everything, the sounds of the traffic and stuff like that. I don't know if that would interfere with live stream. So let me know if you can't really hear me properly. So give me a minute. There we go. Make it there. I'm about to start soon. Don't worry. I'm gonna just get out of this little area here. I'm about to hit the highway. Now, if it was light outside, it'd be nice. It was light that you'll be able to see the mountains and the valleys that I drive through every time I go to work and go back and forth to work and to my house. So I live out in the county, so there's a lot of mountains where I live at, but right now you can't see because it's dark. So is it raining where you at, Afghan Food House? Is it raining where you at? It's good weather here, You asked me what state I'm from? I live in Virginia, so that's where I'm from. Let me know in the comments below where you're from before I begin this story. So, and this intersection is very, very, very busy. People stop and go. So, Arizona. I'm going to Arizona in the spring, see the Grand Canyons, late spring. So I'm about to hit other places as well. But yeah, I'm going to tell a story about my trip to Crater Lake in the year 2020. Has anybody been to Crater Lake, Oregon? Just let me know in the comments below. What part of Arizona are you from? I think I've been to I've never been to Phoenix, Arizona. I've been to Flagstaff and several other small towns. I've never been there before. Central. Yeah, I've never been there. I've heard about it, but I've never been there before. I'm gonna start very soon. I know I said that a little while ago, but I'm just trying to get out of this area here. It gets very, very busy here. You don't watch where you go, you get a wreck. Now, I never got in a wreck here, but I know there's a lot of trucks, a lot of people that come this way on Orange Avenue in Roanoke, Virginia. And I remember when I was young and I was a little boy growing up, this area used to be not that busy. It used to be a very decent place to drive through, but now it's gotten so busy, it's very ridiculous. It built up a lot over the years, but yeah. I was telling you, for you guys that just came on here, I was gonna plan to do a lot more live streams. I'm gonna do a lot more live streams using my phone while driving. Now, I'm not holding my phone while driving. I have this little phone holder. Kind of hard to explain. Kind of like a bracket that attaches to the rear view mirror, and I'm going to plan to do a lot more live streams using that. That way, it's hands free. I don't have to touch the phone, so I'm going to start doing that. And also, I drive a truck, a big truck, a commercial vehicle for a living. That's my job. So I'm going to buy a bracket that guess that it's like at the very end has a suction cup. You can put it on your windshield, and I may do some live streams while driving while I'm at work. So you get the idea of what life is like as a truck driver. So yeah, I'm about to hit the highway. Just got it for work, and just getting over a cold too. So. And for those who just came on here, or just got on here, just let me know comments below. Now, if you don't stick around that long, that's fine. Just leave a comment below, and also make sure you leave a like button as well. Press the like button, because if you have a YouTube channel, if you maintain a YouTube channel, likes, comments help with the algorithm. So if you want to help me out, at least leave the like, leave a comment, a positive comment. So I'm about to begin. I'm gonna wait just a little while, wait for more people to get on here. So I'm gonna start to tell my story about my trip out west to Crater Lake in the year 2020. So and there's an ambulance right behind me, so I'm gonna kind of like slow down a little bit here. Anyways, I'm gonna start. I'm not gonna. Yeah, there's your ambulance. Yeah, I remember this place where I'm driving through right now. It used to be just nothing but small houses and some mom and pop stores that used to be in this area. But I guess over the years, they built up. They built a lot of businesses here, and they built more housing developments. And this place has got so crowded, and you know, I'm not that old, but it just seemed like that. Well, it was a long time ago, and it seemed like, you know, that things have changed ever since I was growing up. So yeah, this area here is nothing but you know, open vast farmland. But now they're built up so much that you know, they really just built a lot of roads and a lot of byways here and highways. So, and they in this intersection right here, they have totally, like, this intersection right there, they have totally just changed this intersection. It really doesn't not make sense. It made if you go to the right, there's a traffic circle or a roundabout, and you know, and then it used to be a truck stop way across the street. They tore that down, and they rerouted the whole I guess traffic pattern here. But it does not really make sense. You know, I don't like how they did to this place here. So yeah, something's going on. There's a fire truck coming this way. I don't know if maybe somebody got hurt. I don't know. So, but yeah, like this area here, and they just they really ruined this area right here. It's you know, they tore down the truck stop across the street and tore down a hotel. It's an old hotel across the street. Something. All right, guys, I'm back on there. I lost a lot of reception going on. There's in this area, the reception is real bad, so I'm going to try to drive in a different spot. But there was something going on, an accident, or somebody had either a heart attack or something back there. But the fire truck was right there. But anyways, I'm on the road. I'm going to do another route here, and I'm going to continue with my story here. So anyways, just very quickly, in the year 2020, it was like, what, 5 years ago? You know, I got a new job, and you know, and this new job had a weird schedule. This weird, you know, every month you get 7 days off. So one of my first 7 days off for my new job at that time, I decided to take a trip. You know, I decided to go out west because I never went out west before. And I've heard about this lake, and it's in Oregon. It's called Crater Lake, Oregon. Now, in case you guys don't know what Crater Lake is, Crater Lake is a volcano, which at the very top of the volcano, it's like a cone-shaped volcano. On the very top of the volcano is a large lake that occupies the crater, or the caldera. So, and there's also like a park on top of that. You know, that's why they call it Crater Lake National Park. So, and I've known it for years. I've known it for Crater Lake for a long time. So, and it was ever since I was a child, I always wanted to see Crater Lake. You know, it's one of those places in the world that I always wanted to go, like Easter Island, Rome. I've been to Rome twice, but but anyways, back in 2020, I started a new job, and this new job was kind of unique with their schedule. And the schedule was every month you get 7 days off every month, and you still got full-time work, you know. So anyways, one of the months, like I think 2 or 3 months into my new job, I decided to take a trip out west, and I wanted to go to Crater Lake, which I always wanted to go throughout my life. So, you know, I told my coworkers that I was going to, you know, go out west, and they asked me where I was going to go. So I told them I'm going to see if we're going to try to attempt to go to Crater Lake. Now, we have 7 days off every month, so we have 7 days, like exactly 7 days. So after the 7 days off, we had to go back to work. That's the following day. So I told my coworkers, I said, I think I can make it from Virginia, because I live in Virginia, the state of Virginia in the United States, which is, you know, for those who are not in the U.S., the state of Virginia is a province in the United States, which is on the east coast of the United States, and Oregon is on the west coast of the United States. So on the GPS, it says it takes about I think about like 24 hours and maybe 17 minutes, something like that, to drive from Virginia to Oregon. So I told my coworkers, I think I can make it from here, from Virginia, which is on the east coast province of the United States, and make it to Oregon and come back in 7 days. I bet them, I told them, I said, I think I can make it back in 7 days and be on time for work. And they kind of didn't believe me at all. And they told me, I think one of them told me I was crazy. And that's kind of funny. We didn't get in an argument about it, but they kind of like try to said that it could not been done. You know, no one can make it back to like the West Coast and come back at in the same time in 7 days. But I told them I can do it. I think it can be done. So anyways, I took that Friday when we were about to get off of work and begin our 7 days off. You know, I woke up in the morning. I think I woke up about, you know, I think it was like at 9:30, 10, something. It was 10 o'clock. That's what it was. Yeah, I got up. I meant to get about 4 o'clock in the morning. My alarm didn't go off properly, so actually didn't go off at all. I think I put it on PM instead of AM. So I got off out of my house. I got ready, and I think it was one till like maybe 11:30, something like that I started hit the road. So in the back of my mind, I thought I was never going to make it Crater Lake. You know, I kind of doubted myself. I said I woke up late. I should have woke up early. But anyways, I just kept on going. I think I was more positive about it. I think I can make it. And if I didn't come back on time, I can just tell my my supervisor and tell them that I will be late. You know, it was kind of a laid back job. You know, they weren't strict. You know, if you didn't come back in time, you just tell them about it. So, so I was going to go to Crater Lake anyways. So I hit the road, and I started off at 11:30, and I really didn't make the Crater Lake. I made it there, really did. I made it there Sunday at, I think it was about 12:30 at lunchtime. I made it there. So it was Sunday. I started out Friday and made it to Crater Lake, Oregon, and 12 o'clock Sunday. That's what it was. So even though I woke up late on Friday and had a late start, I still did pretty good, getting into Crater Lake. So I visited Crater Lake. I was pretty much there all day. It was kind of an all-day event. I drove the scenic route, hiked the trails, and also want to stay at night and see the stars. And if you ever go to Crater Lake, they say if you have a clear sky, you can see the stars and constellation and the moon, and I mean it's like almost the point you can almost touch the sky. It's very clear. But I waited for that night to see the stars and the constellation. It never happened. I think it got real cloudy and very cloudy. So I wasn't able to see the stars and constellations. So I went back to my hotel and woke up the next morning, and I was going to head back to Virginia because it was about that time to head back to Virginia. So I headed back and I looped around. I went up, I think up to Washington State, made a loop, went through Idaho, through Montana, and down to South Dakota, I actually didn't. No, I didn't. Actually, I went through Montana and decided to stop at Yellowstone National Park, which is in Wyoming. But it was I had to like stop where I was at and go down south. So I told myself I didn't have time to do that because I didn't go back and be at work at Friday at 6 p.m., which is night shift. But I decided, yeah, I'm going to go, to Yellowstone National Park. So I went down and went to Wyoming, kind of went off my route, went down the Wyoming and spent the whole day at Yellowstone National Park. And after, I left, of course, I wasn't prepared when I went to Yellowstone. I think it rained a lot and I didn't bring a poncho or a jacket. And, I did see Old Faithful there, but they saw the rain like downpour. So I wasn't able to see, actually video record Old Faithful. I saw it from indoors. So if you go to Yellowstone National Park or any national park out west, make sure you come prepared. Like I was told you in one video to come prepared, because most times it rains a lot in some areas, especially in Wyoming. So and Washington State does rain a lot there too. So anyways, I spent the whole day at Yellowstone National Park. I got to see some of the things I always want to see all my life. Never been to Yellowstone. That was my first time. Of course, my second time was in 2020. But I'll get to that in another video. So, anyways, I finished up at Yellowstone National Park. Then I had to go back to Montana and hit the road to go back to Virginia. And I was really cutting it close. I didn't think I was going to make it, but because when I left Yellowstone, I had to make stops, get gas, stuff like that. I stopped at Sioux Falls, South Dakota, which is a very historical and very unique town. I don't know if you guys are from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. You are, let me know in the comments below. I stopped there, had some lunch, just kind of visit the falls, the waterfalls at Sioux Falls is what's called Sioux Falls. But I took a little tour of the town, walked around, and then went back in my vehicle and hit the road again. I think, I made it. I did make it, but I think I made it when I went back to Virginia. I think I made it to Virginia at maybe I think it was about 3 o'clock in the morning Friday, and I had to be at work at 6 p.m., which is starting night shift. So but yeah, I finally made it. Of course, barely. I think I made it home around 4:30, some of that, and I went to sleep. So I got some rest, and then I woke up. Then I went back to work at 6:30. I think 6 o'clock p.m. That's when we started night shift. I told my coworkers I'm back. I told them, I just said I made out. I started out Friday. I came back, and I told them all about it, and they were really shocked about it. And a lot of them were just dumbfounded, because the ones that kind of doubted that I was I couldn't make it, had to kind of second guess my claims, but I made it. So, but from Friday around 12:30, and then I made it back to my hometown after visiting Crater Lake National Park. I came back and I made it back home about 4:30, so I was on time, but I barely made it. But yeah, that's what happened. So my point is, if you ever do a 7-day trip, you'd be surprised what you can see and accomplish in 7 days. Made it to Oregon and came back in 7 days. I mean, that's very impressive. Even though that my co-workers didn't really believe me and they didn't think I was going to do it, but I made it. So, but like I said, if you ever do a trip and take vacation off, or time off, excuse me, I had to get out of that intersection. Somebody left the floodgates open there. And but yeah, But if you do vacation and have 7 days off, you'd be surprised what you can do and accomplish in 7 days. So that's my story about the bet I made with my coworkers of how, what, how what was done in 2020. It's kind of funny that I was thinking back that, at the time I made that claim, made that bet, and I kind of doubted myself. I didn't think I was going to do it, but I pulled it off. But yeah, I ended up, coming from one side of the coast, the East Coast, to the West. They came back in 7 days. So that was just very impressive and very, I guess, like you said, it's something that I can remember. And if I ever do have kids and grandkids in the future, that I can tell them about it. So anyways, that's it. I just want to tell you a story about my trip to Crater Lake National Park and how I did it in 7 days. For me living in Virginia and Crater Lake being in Oregon. So anyways, yeah, I'm going to plan to do a lot more live streams, especially doing, driving down the road. And I have a special thing that I can hang on my rearview mirror that I can drive and talk at the same time, so I can do that. So I'm gonna plan to do that. Like I said, I'll do more live streams on every Friday. And I'm gonna plan every Friday. I'm gonna do live streams, but I'm also gonna try to do live streams during the week as well. So if you guys wanna catch me on the week during the week, that's okay. But every Friday I'm gonna do a live stream. About next Friday, I don't know what I'm gonna do, what topic I'm gonna cover. I'll let you know later on. But anyways, thank you for coming on here, listen to my story. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't done so. Share my YouTube channel. Just let me know in the comments below of any stories you have when you travel. Any just even funny stories too. I think when I was, like I said, did that in 7 days, I came back, I kind of laughed because I pulled it off. But yeah, just let me know any story you can want to share about traveling. Either be funny, it could be scary, anything that you have dealt with in the past. So anyways, I'm gonna get off here. Thank you for coming on here. Thank you for listening, and I'll catch you guys later on. Thank you for coming on here. See you later.